Don't count. I'm gonna do this right quick.
He kills anyone who.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this right here. But what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jay Bully Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy before you end up like BZ. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch, man, in the description down below. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. You know, make sure y'all subscribe to my second channel in the description down below. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. Bro, I don't get it, right? Like I remember when I went on YouTube and I reacted to you, right? I went on YouTube and I reacted to you, and everybody was like, bro, you spoiled it. Why did you spoil it? My mans, why do you go on YouTube? You should not be on YouTube at all if you did not finish the Squid Game, bro. Like, it's not that hard to finish. I'm not gonna lie. I finished the Squid Game, bro, in a day, like literally. You know what I mean? Like I finished it in a day. Right when it dropped, bro. Right when season 3 dropped, bro, I finished it. Bro, it's like only like 6 episodes, bro. It's not that long, gang. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that long. So if you didn't finish the Squid Game, bro, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I finished that junk in a day, bro. In a day, literally. You feel me? So, nigga, if you ain't watch it, bro, click off the video, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, nigga, that's your problem. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. The junk been out for a while, bro. It's not that many episodes, bro. Go ahead and finish it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Squid Game, bro, probably got to creep up, bro. Squid Game, bro, when it comes to series, I'm gonna give y'all my favorite series, bro. And, bro, y'all gotta watch this. And y'all write this down. I'm telling you. Bro, I am the god of giving movie series, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. I don't watch nothing bad, bro. I don't watch shows, bro. If you want to watch shows, I'm telling you, write this down. You gotta watch Top Boy. You know what I mean? Top Boy, bro. You gotta watch that. You know what I mean? Top Boy. I told y'all about Snowfall. If you haven't watched Snowfall, what the freak are you doing? Breaking Bad. You gotta watch Breaking Bad with Walter White. Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. Breaking Bad. Number 4, Narcos. You gotta watch Narcos, bro. It's on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Number 5 is Money Heist. Nigga, if you haven't watched Money Heist, what the freak are you doing? Money Heist, bro. You gotta watch Money Heist. Number 6 is Queen of the South. I'm gonna go with number 6. Number 6 is Queen of the South, bro. You gotta watch Queen of the South, bro. If you haven't watched Queen of the South, what the freak are you doing? And number 7, Squid Game. You know what I'm saying? Squid Game, bro. Number 7, bro, you gotta do that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Them 7 movies you gotta watch. You say you heard of Breaking Bad, bro? Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you say you trying to get bored. See, what movie are you talking about? What movie are you talking about? You try to watch it, but you gotta get bored. See, Breaking Bad, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. With Breaking Bad is a movie that you gotta literally get into, bro. To like, okay, you gotta pay attention to it. Everything, you know what I'm saying, that is happening. Breaking Bad really don't get like really, you know what I'm saying? Money Heist? Bro, you gotta get into Money Heist, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was just like you, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. Look. I ain't gonna lie, I was just like you, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I was just like you, I ain't gonna cap. Like, I was like that with Money Heist 2, that trap dude, but I was like, bro, I turned that junk off so many times, I ain't gonna cap. You probably be turning it on, bro. You be like, man, I ain't trying to watch that junk. You probably try to watch it again, and bro, you gotta keep watching it, bro. You gotta keep watching it. I was just like you, I ain't gonna cap to you. I was just like you, I ain't gonna cap. So I couldn't even blame you for that. I could, bro. It took me some time to get into Money Heist. I never gave it a chance. I'm telling you, bro, you just sit down and watch it, though, gang. Sit down and just try to finish it. You gotta just watch it. Everything that you watching, bro. You can't just be watching it, though, gang. Everything that you watching in Money Heist, you gotta pay attention to it. It's just like Breaking Bad, bro. You gotta pay attention to it. Everything you can't miss. You can't miss. You can't miss parts, bro. You gotta pay attention and understand. So when stuff happens, you be like, okay, that's why that happened. No, that's why that happened. But you gotta Money Heist, bro. Look, Money Heist and Breaking Bad is a series that you gotta just sit down and wait for the action. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like a build-up series, but once you get there, bro, it don't stop, though. That's one thing about Money Heist is Breaking Bad. Once you get to the action, that jump, it's no more boring after that. It's just straight action. But the Squid Game, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Squid Game definitely in my top 10, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Breaking Bad, bro, I ain't gonna cap. Bro, that's best of all time, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Breaking Bad, bro, you gotta watch that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna start off slow, just like Money Heist, like I said, bro. But, bro, once it get there, bro, once it get there, gonna have you so locked in. You ain't want to go nowhere. That's how I was, bro. When I was watching Breaking Bad, bro, I was like, man, this junk right here boring. Man, I got into that, what's the name? I was like, man, Cobra Kai, bro. Hey, Cobra Kai. I forgot about Cobra Kai, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I forgot about Cobra Kai, bro. Cobra Kai one of the ones too. That's my top 10 too. I forgot about Cobra Kai, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Cobra Kai, I was hooked on Cobra Kai. I gotta watch Cobra Kai too, but that's one of the ones. But enough talking, bro. Squid Game's most tragic character, the dark psychology of the front man. For anybody that watched this, if it's spoiled for you, I'm sorry. It's only 6 episodes, bro. So I finished it in a day. So if you ain't finished it, that's on you, my brother. You know what I mean? But no, the Squid Game, bro, definitely, bro. Bruh. Squid Game, bro. This season was, I ain't gonna lie, this season was sad, bro. I'm not gonna lie, this season was sad. Like dang near, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, bro. But bro, this season was sad, though. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I mean? No lie. Like that jump was crazy. You feel me? But bro, Squid Game is straight action. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You want action, bro? You if you like violence, if you like that type of, that's your type. Oh, Squid Game for you, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Season 1 to season 3, that's straight violence right there. If you like violence, bro, oh yeah, this for you right here.
At first glance,
this for you right here.
Squid Games.
Nigga, this violence.
Someone with absolutely
nigga, this is violent.
Human life. He runs this event where they put vulnerable people with huge debts into a game, but when you lose, you pay the price.
That jump was effed up.
He kills anyone who breaks his rules, even his own staff, and he does it all without hesitation. But the man behind the mask is more complex than one might think. Hwan In-ho's life hasn't been easy, and he wasn't always this way. Things changed him, events shaped his character, and that doesn't make what he does right, but it allows us to dissect his mind, and maybe put a logic to his evil.
I ain't gonna lie, you say you only watch sports. That gotta be a like a terrible, like, you only watch sports. That right there is, I can't do that. I ain't gonna lie, I love sports, but I can't only watch sports, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
But it allows us to dissect his mind and maybe put a logic.
Love sports, but I can't only watch sports.
Heck, psychology of the frontman. Born in the 1970s in South Korea, nothing in In-ho's early life suggests any trace of evil. In fact, everything we know about him before the Squid Games points to the opposite. He has a younger half-brother named Hwang Junho, and at one point, In-ho even donated a kidney to him, an act of deep selflessness and familial love.
너희 형은 자기 콩밥까지 떼서 널 살려줬는데.
After university, he joined the police force as a detective. He believed in duty, justice, and upholding the law. Over 14 years of service, he was decorated with numerous awards and built a respected career. During this time, he met the love of his life. They went on to get married, and for a while, it seemed like everything in his life was aligned. Career, love, purpose. But in 2015, everything changed. His wife became pregnant, a moment that should have brought them joy. But at the same time, she was diagnosed with acute liver cirrhosis, fatal if untreated, and she needed an urgent and expensive liver treatment. In-ho had no way to afford it, so desperate, he borrowed money from a criminal source. But when the department found out, they saw it as a bribe, and despite his spotless record, they fired him. With no job, no help, and a wife slowly dying, In-ho had nowhere left to turn. That's when he entered the 28th Squid Game, a secret annual competition.
That's all, like, this nigga was part of the Squid Game too, though. That's all, like, this nigga was part of the Squid Game. You feel me? But man, money ain't that important. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. We gonna have to figure something out, bro. I'll be at a crossroads, bro, cause it's just me, bro. Like, sure, I just be like, man, it's probably my wife just gotta die, man. But I just can't do anything for money, bro. I just can't, bro. Like, we gonna have to find some way. There's always a way. You just gotta try to find it, man. You know what I'm saying? But, man, I ain't finna join no game, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna join no game, bro. Feel me?
We're 450.
Because, bro, you gotta understand, bro. Look at all these people, bro, you playing with, bro. You mess up one time. You gotta understand, y'all. Look, you say you don't understand this. Jackass, you gotta watch to understand. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, bro, if you just thinking you finna understand this, bro, by watching this. See, bro, for me, bro, I watched season 1 to season 3, so I already know what the freak going on. My knowledge is already pure when it comes to this, bro. I know what the freak going on, bro. You gotta watch the show to understand the game. You know what I mean? Nigga, you just coming, you haven't watched season 1, season 2, season 3, so nigga, of course you ain't gonna understand it. You know what I'm saying? Of course you ain't gonna understand it, nigga. You feel me? But nah, though, man. Hey, man, it's just, man, this dang near impossible. And y'all know only one nigga standing. Only one nigga standing. So, These niggas gonna die. Just best believe. So basically, bro, you gotta be the last nigga standing. And nigga, if you mess up one time, if you don't beat one game, you dead. You don't beat one game, nigga, you dead.
6 players compete in 6 childhood games for a prize of 45.6 billion won, roughly $31 million. But the twist? Losing the game means death. Each eliminated player adds 100 million won to the prize pot. Inho made it all the way through, and he actually won the games. He'd survived a terrifying set of events and become a billionaire overnight, but it was too late. By the time he emerged from the games, his wife and unborn child had already passed away.
Nigga did all that for nothing. All that killing and everything, did all that for nothing.
After losing the person he loved most, Inho would have been devastated, disoriented, and emotionally unstable. But instead of healing, he made a life-altering decision. He joined Oh Il-nam, the twisted creator of the Squid Games, and became his right hand, the frontman. It was his job to now run the games, masked, silent, and deadly, while Il-nam observed from the shadows. Inho became the face of death, the enforcer of the very system that once broke him. To carry out this role for years, overseeing the deaths of hundreds of desperate people, Inho had to detach from morality entirely. That kind of coldness doesn't come naturally. It's the product of unprocessed grief left to rot into something darker. This inability to confront his loss is what points to prolonged grief disorder, a condition where grief not only persists over time, but becomes the defining lens through which a person sees the world. PGD is marked by intense emotional pain, emotional numbness, bitterness, and a disconnection from life, all of which we see clearly in Inho. After his wife's death, he never attempts to return to a normal life. He isolates himself and lives in a small apartment, despite winning billions. He doesn't rebuild, connect, or even indulge. Money didn't heal him, it haunted him. His wife's death becomes the axis of every major decision he makes. Her condition was the reason he joins the games, and her death is the reason he stays. One of the key psychological turning points lies in the
I ain't gonna lie, this right here pissed me off. Like, this really showed, like, every time, because one thing that I can say, even though what they doing is messed up, nigga, they give you a chance to leave. So it's like, for me, I can't feel sorry for y'all niggas dying. It's like, bro, you literally got the chance to leave. It's not like, okay, if you in there, then you stay in there. And then the thing is, once you leave, right, you probably leave with $1 million. You feel me? You probably leave with like $1 million a piece. So they still giving you money, right, while you leave. But bro, these niggas so greedy. It's about greed. These guys show you how greedy humans is. These niggas so greedy that they continue. They give you multiple chances to leave the game. They even, okay, look, if you want to leave, hit the X button, hit the red button, hit the blue button. These niggas were being greedy. So like for me, I couldn't even feel sorry for these niggas. Like it was sad, but it like, I ain't gonna lie, it was sad to the niggas. Look, I feel sorry for the niggas, bro, that pushed the blue button. Those are the niggas I feel sorry for. Like for the old lady that died, bro, in season 3, her son that died, and then, you know, then she died by hanging herself. I feel sorry for her because she wanted to leave, bro. But only you can leave. You can only leave if your side votes more than the other side. So if you got niggas that don't want to leave more than niggas that want to leave, nigga, you stand. You feel me? So
system. After every game, players can vote.
That's the button, bro, to get the freak up out of there.
One of the key psychological turning points lies in the voting.
No, that's the button to stay. That's the button to stay.
After every game,
this the button to stay right here. The red button is to go.
Players can vote to either.
So what they do, nigga, is split up, nigga. So these niggas, so look. The red, this the button to, I think this is the button to, yeah, this the button to go and this the button to stay. You feel me? I ain't tripping though, right? Nigga, I ain't tripping, nigga. This the button to go, nigga, and this the button to stay. No, this is the button to go. They're done. This is the button to stay. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you know what I'm saying? I'm explaining it, bro. You know what I'm saying? The people that don't watch it. The red button, bro, you know what I'm saying, is for niggas that want to get the freak out of there. The blue button is for niggas that want to leave. You feel me? So say for instance, you part of this right here crowd that want to leave. Now, nigga, you got to stay, nigga. Now, look, now you got to stay just because, you know what I'm saying, they got more votes than what's her name, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
Or continue.
It's like, nigga, I can't feel sorry for these niggas, bro.
Based on how he behaves later, it's likely Inho would have voted to end the game, either after the first deaths or once he had enough to save his wife. But others around him kept voting to continue, driven by greed. That greed, in his mind, cost him everything. And so, he begins to harbor misplaced bitterness and anger. He blames the other players for delaying his exit, and by extension, for his wife's death, even though there's no evidence that leaving earlier would have saved her. That grief-fueled resentment mutates into ideology. He joins the game to punish these other greedy players, projecting his pain outward, mocking them for the very choices that he once made himself. Becoming the frontman is more than a job. It's a maladaptive coping mechanism. He ritualizes his trauma by recreating it over and over, but now he's the one pulling the strings. He no longer seeks joy, peace, or closure. Instead, he compares human life to horse racing and frames the deaths as inevitable and justified. He wears a mask not just to hide, but because there's nothing left underneath it. Despite all the wealth and authority, his life is hollow. He doesn't use his money. He doesn't form bonds. He doesn't move on. It's as if the moment his wife died, his life stopped too, and everything after that became mechanical. So
hey, that's what I was saying. I'm like, bro, the Squid Game coming to the US. That's why I was like, bro, I was saying that, bro. You know what I'm saying? When it came to that season, that literally like so basically that was the end of the Squid Game. That was the end of the Squid Game in Korea. But they come with a Squid Game in the United States. Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? I was like, when I looked at that season, I was like, oh yeah, they coming out with another one. It's gonna be in the United States though. That one gonna be hard though. You know what I mean? Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Even though I love the Squid Game, I read it in English. You know what I mean? In English, but you know, I put it in English, so it really didn't matter. But I read it in English though, you know what I'm saying?
Inho shows clear signs of prolonged grief disorder, but his case is unique. His grief didn't isolate him completely, it mutated him. He didn't just fall apart, he rebuilt himself into something cold, structured, and cruel. Not because he enjoyed it, but because he thought it was all he had left. 5 years later, he's running the 33rd Squid Game, and for the first time, we get to see what really lies behind the mask. In 2020, we see the Squid Games unfold, and for the first time, we witness how broken Inho has truly become. We're introduced to him as the frontman. He steps into the control room, signals the games to begin, and returns to his office where he pours a glass of whiskey, plays music, and watches the chaos unfold on a giant screen. As players are slaughtered in the first game, Inho barely reacts. He isn't sad, he isn't pleased, he just simply watches. It's hard to tell if he feels anything at all, and that silence is more terrifying than a scream. Throughout the games, he rarely intervenes directly. He delegates, monitors, and enforces from a distance. But when a player takes a young staff member hostage and forces him to remove his mask, that's when we see what Inho has become. That player commits suicide, and Inho, cold and composed, walks in and executes the boy on the spot. Not because he posed a threat, but because he removed his mask and broke a rule. This isn't the man we see in later flashbacks. There was once a time where Inho hesitated to kill even in self-defense, but now he carries out death like it's administrative protocol. This is emotional desensitization, a symptom of prolonged exposure to violence and death. His trauma has numbed his reaction to suffering, allowing him to kill without hesitation or remorse. When he discovers that some of his staff are secretly harvesting organs and collaborating with Player 111, he becomes furious. Not because of the deaths and not because they're harvesting organs, but because they've broken the illusion of fairness. They were giving Player 111 tips and tricks to get past the next game, giving him that unfair advantage. Inho executes the staff involved, the doctor is also killed, and then their bodies are hung in the main hall as a warning to the remaining players. It's a disturbing moment, but it also reveals something deeper. Inho still clings to a warped version of justice. In his mind, the games must be fair, equal suffering for all. That moment that the balance is broken, he acts ruthlessly to restore it. This is our first major glimpse of his Machiavellianism, ruling through fear, using those bodies he hung up as a spectacle. He doesn't need to yell, he lets the violence speak for him. But then a threat emerges, one he didn't anticipate. He finds a bullet from a police weapon and an ID badge. His brother, Junho, has infiltrated the island. Inho tracks him down and they confront each other on a cliff, guns drawn. Junho shoots Inho in the shoulder. Inho, despite being wounded, orders his guards not to shoot back. He asks Junho to come with him, but when Junho refuses, Inho shoots him in the shoulder and watches him fall off the cliff into the sea. We later find out that Inho had arranged for Captain Park to rescue his brother and take him to a hospital, which tells us one thing: he never intended to kill him. The shot was for the staff, to maintain his image as a ruthless leader, but the rescue later was for the man he still loves like a brother. He still feels guilty afterwards, as we see him having a hallucination of his brother, asking him why. This is the first clear crack in the mask. For all his coldness.
Nah, I knew. I was like, bro, I ain't know all this. I ain't gonna lie. I knew that bro played in the game, but when player 456 died, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You could see like that he respected him. Like even when he went down to his dead body, bro, you just can see like he respected him though, the way he looked at him. You know what I mean? Cause that jump was like bro could have just killed the baby, chat. Like bro could have killed the baby and won the money. Bro sacrificed himself so that baby can live, bro. Couldn't do nothing but respect that. I ain't gonna lie. Even the VIPs had a moment of silence. Even the VIPs, the evil niggas, nigga had to respect that. Nigga, I ain't gonna cap, man.
Inho's humanity isn't entirely gone. It's buried, repressed, but not dead. Afterward, he returns to oversee the final match between the last two players, Song Gi-yeon and Cho Sang-woo. Gi-yeon wins, and Inho handles the exit. He blindfolds Gi-yeon, drives him back to the city, and hands over a debit card containing 45.6 billion won. But on the ride home, a blindfolded Gi-yeon asks why. Inho doesn't offer remorse. He doesn't justify. Instead, he compares the games to horse racing, where the rich place bets. Only this time, the horses are human. When Gi-yeon asks who he is, Inho says nothing. He gasses him unconscious, treating the entire nightmare like a dream. One where you either wake up from richer, or you don't wake up from at all. This moment is a masterclass in moral disengagement, the psychological process where people justify harmful actions by reframing them as necessary, deserved, or not that bad.
Saying, bro, this stuff been out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas been watching this. That's why I say if you don't like, yeah, player 456 died. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't watched it yet, that's on you, bro. Who the freak ain't watching the Squid Game? That junk drop, nigga. Nigga, it's just for me. Nigga, if some new drop, nigga, I'm watching it, nigga. That's just me, nigga. So right when this junk dropped, I was on it immediately. I ain't get on no freaking, look, I ain't get on no freaking, I don't know, I ain't get on no social media, bro. I watched them whole 6 episodes in a day. You know what I mean? Straight up. I go for that new BMF that's out and everything. When that junk, when it's something new that I want to watch, I watch it, bro. Same thing when it came to Cobra Kai. I watched the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I watched Cobra Kai. I ain't gonna lie, I finished Cobra Kai, bro. Man, I finished Cobra Kai in like 4 days. I ain't gonna cap, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I finished Cobra Kai in like 4 days. I probably like, man, what? Man, I'm telling you, once I get locked in, bro. Once I get locked in the show, I'm locked in, bro. I ain't gonna cap. And I'm a late bloomer, too. So that means I'm a late sleeper, bro. Go to sleep at like, what, 5 o'clock a.m.? You know what I'm saying? Every day, 5, close to 6. You feel me?
Psychologist Albert Bandura.
Then I wake back up at like, what, 1 o'clock? Get 8 hours of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Wake back up, 1 o'clock.
Of moral disengagement, and Inho uses all of them. Moral justification.
Hey, Scooter Williams, shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's my last warning now. Shut the heck up, gang. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, gang. I'm gonna give you one more warning. Shut the freak up. Shut your dang mouth. You know what I'm saying? Shut your dang mouth. I've been seeing you trolling for a minute. Shut up, nigga. Know what I mean? Nigga, if you don't listen, I'll make you listen. I promise you. You gonna listen, I'll make you. Feel me? So shut the freak up, G. Shut your dang mouth. I ain't gonna ask you again, my nigga.
He frames death as fairness.
You can be hard. You can be hard. You can be tough. You know what I'm saying? I know. Be hard, be tough. You know what I mean? You just gonna face the consequences like 100 of these niggas. Yeah, be hard, be tough. Troll again, I'm gonna just ban you. Simple as that. And we gonna forget about you. It's gonna be like you're dead. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be like you're dead. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna remember you for a second and then forget about you. You know what I mean? So yeah, troll, I ban you. Make another account. Troll, and I ban you again. You know what I'm saying?
They chose greed. I just enforce the consequences. Euphemistic labeling in how he.
I win, bro. You don't win.
For him and the other upper class, the VIPs.
Best you just shut up, man.
Death becomes entertainment.
You said I watched The Shy, bro. Watch clips of it. You know what I'm saying? I really watched The Shy on YouTube. I ain't gonna cut. All the clips. I really watched the show on YouTube, bro. The Emmett, Kevin, and Jake, and all them niggas. Reg and all them niggas. Ain't gonna lie, I really watched that junk on YouTube.
Comparison.
Shout out one of them.
Upon those who
One of them series I watched on YouTube.
Agreed to him is worse than his violence.
All them clips and all that.
Displacement of responsibility is less common. He never blames Ilnam or the system. He does own his own role, but there is some diffusion of responsibility. He implies players have free will. They could leave if they wanted, so it's not really his fault. Disregard or distortion of consequences in how he feels nothing watching people die. He calls it a dream. The pain is minimized, even erased. Dehumanization is clearly present in how players are referred to by numbers, not names. Their deaths are shown to VIPs like a betting game. And finally, blaming the victim. He punishes greedy players and even executes ones who break the rules, believing they deserve it. So yes, Inho displays extreme levels of moral disengagement. But here's the truth. He hasn't lost his morality. He's rewired to survive. He doesn't see himself as evil. He sees himself as essential. And the scariest part, he believes that what he's doing isn't just acceptable, it's logical. Over time though, we'll start to see the small cracks in that logic. A flicker of emotion, a buried conscience. But by then, the damage is done, and his life before the games will never be the same.
Squid Game was good.
After the 33rd Squid Game, Inho visits Ilnam on his deathbed. He stands over the man who created the games, the man who turned him into what he is. And now, with Ilnam gone,
that nigga in hell
has full control.
That nigga is in hell. At that point,
he could have ended the games, walked away, tried to shut it all down, but he doesn't. He's too.
Bro, yes, I watched All American. I be trying to tell y'all, I watch everything, bro. Watch All American. I even watched the new All American. The new All American, I ain't gonna lie, that jump was fire, bro. Nah, I mean, I low key, am I the only one that liked this season better than Spencer and Jordan's season? That was just me personally. I like the new cast. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't think I was gonna like it because I was so hooked up on Spencer and Jordan and all of them. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? This season was actually fire. I finished this season in like 3 days. I like that boy JB watching stuff. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. This season was fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was messing with All American. I'm like, bro, I actually like All American. That nigga Khalil, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Khalil, bro, that nigga was funny as heck. I ain't gonna lie. Khalil was funny as freak. Khalil one of them niggas, bro, that just make me laugh for no reason. Like, the nigga was just funny as heck. Khalil and Preach. I ain't gonna lie. Khalil and Preach. That nigga right there, boy. That nigga Preach is funny, but no cap.
All gone. Too consumed. And he chooses to continue. Meanwhile, Gion, the winner of the 2020 game, is still haunted. Despite becoming a billionaire, he refuses to move on. He calls Inho and demands the games to be stopped. Inho simply warns him, get on the plane for your own good. But Gion doesn't board. He stays, and he plans to fight back. Gion re-enters the games, and Inho, realizing how dangerous he could be.
Gang, I don't know why the freak. I don't know why the freak you came back 4, 5, 6. Like, I understand, bro. Like, and it's like you made it through the game 4, 5, 6 without really having to kill anybody. So like 4, 5, 6, bro, you really didn't have to kill nobody. Like, you just made it through. So I couldn't feel sorry for 4, 5, 6 either. I'm like, nigga, 4, 5, 6. Why the freak did you come back, gang? You really like that nigga didn't even really kill nobody for real. Like, bro made it through easy, bro. You got billions of dollars. I realize people that died, but bro, you couldn't help them, bro. You didn't know what you were getting yourself into. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, you voted to get the freak up out of there. You feel me? If I'm not, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. So nigga, you did no wrong. You played the game how it was supposed to be played. You didn't cheat the system. And nigga, you won the money. But nigga, just cause you want to fight back, nigga, you go back, nigga, you stupid. So like 4, 5, 6, man, that was my guy. That was my guy. But it's like, bro, going back, that was the stupidest thing you could have ever done. And that nigga almost won again. That was the most stupidest thing you could have ever done, 4, 5, 6. You can't save everybody. That's one thing I gotta understand, bro. You can't save everybody, bro. Y'all, stop trying to play God, bro. You know what I mean? Stop trying to play God. Trying to play God, bro. You know what I mean? You can't save everybody. You cannot. You feel me? So at the end of the day, this been going on before you play at 4, 5, 6. So why you trying to stop it? You trying to stop it now? Hey, bro. It is what it is. I ain't got enough firepower, bro. I'm out that mud, bro. It is what it is.
A returning winner who knows the system decides to intervene personally. He disguises himself as Player 1 under the fake name Oh Young Ill and joins the games. But unlike others, his life is never truly at risk. He manipulates everything behind the scenes. During the first game, Red Light, Green Light, He doesn't even participate. During the first vote, he cast the final ballot to continue, a subtle echo of his own past, when others kept the game going and cost him everything. But now, he's doing it for entertainment. During the confrontation with Thanos, another contestant, In-Ho shows his combat skills and easily overpowers him, but doesn't kill him. It was only after Thanos threw a jab about children that In-Ho snaps.
아저씨, 밖에 나가서 함부로 나불대지 말고.
Oh, this nigga right here was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, this nigga right here.
아저씨.
This nigga right here was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, bro was crazy. I ain't gonna cap. This man right here, bro. Nigga was a psycho. Bro was crazy too right here. I ain't gonna cap. Bro was crazy right here too right here. This nigga right here, nigga was a fiend for blood. Like,
밖에 나가서 함부로 나불대지 말고.
that little nigga was
집에
crazy.
가서 아저씨 자식 새끼나 잘 키워.
뭐라 그랬네?
이 새끼한테 나라고. 그런 게지.
Those words seriously hit a nerve. His unborn child, the one he lost in 2015, resurfaces in his mind. For a moment,
Hey, Slime, 5 more days, man.
As always, he buries it. Throughout the games,
Hey,
he keeps
hey,
a close
Slime,
eye on
5 more
Guion,
days. Y'all know
gradually
that.
earning his trust. In the 6th
Y'all
level
know that.
pentathlon, he joins Guion's team, but he conveniently sets up the game order so that their team goes last. So if they fail, the staff can kill his teammates and he'll survive while the others die. A calculated move that shows his manipulation shine through, as he preaches fairness but doesn't let that be the case. During the 3rd game, Mingle, it gets dark. At first he continues the trend of cheating, as he's able to just disappear and reappear and not face any consequences. But then In-Ho's teammate, Jung-Bae, eventually witnesses In-Ho brutally murder player 343 in cold blood, snapping his neck, killing him instantly. This kill isn't masked or from a distance like shooting. It isn't outsourced to staff. It's hands-on, personal, much like the killings In-Ho had to commit in the 2015 games. We're watching him repeat the cycle, not just physically, but emotionally.
Hey, Slime, whatever your name is, Slime, only certain dudes know about me. You know what I mean? Only certain dudes know about me. I be trying to tell them Slime, but they think I just be talking, bro. They really think I'm not good. These new niggas, man, really think I ain't good, man. Know what I'm saying? They really think I ain't good at the game, bro. They think I'm like Flight Reacts. Hey, you know what I'm saying, Slime? They think I'm like Flight Reacts, bro. They think I'm trash as heck at the game, bro. Trying to warn them niggas. Niggas ain't listening to me. Maybe they just gotta learn, right? They just gotta learn. Some niggas just gotta learn.
With a plan to stop the games, he, Young Il, and a few allies would ambush the guards.
I'm not good,
Carry
Scooter.
it out and manage
Scooter.
to kill many of them. And for a moment, it seemed like they might succeed.
Scooter.
But then comes the betrayal. In-Ho
Ain't like they would have succeeded, bro, if it weren't for this nigga. They would have succeeded if it weren't for this nigga.
turns on his own team. He kills 2 of the players without hesitation and stares coldly at their dying bodies, attempting to fire more rounds into them. Then radios Guion and declares that they failed, staging his own death in the process, manipulating Guion fully, even using the gurgling of one of the men he shot to mimic Young Il dying. It's just a psychological play. Make Guion think that hope is dead, break his spirit, disappear, and return as the frontman. He confronts Guion again, now masked, and asks mockingly, then in the final act of cruelty, he executes Jung-Bae, Guion's closest friend, right in front of him. As guards hold Guion
That was sad,
he
though. I ain't
watches
gonna lie, that
his
was
last
sad,
ounce
though.
of hope bleed out. And In-Ho, he just turns around and walks away. And it's here that In-Ho's true psychology becomes undeniable. This isn't about thrill, it isn't about chaos. This is Machiavellianism. Evil, but not for pleasure, for power and control. Niccolo Machiavelli said, "It's better to be feared than to be loved if you cannot be both." Machiavellianism is defined by strategic manipulation, emotional detachment, and a long-term focus on control. It's part of the dark triad of personality traits, but unlike psychopathy or narcissism, it's not impulsive or self-obsessed. It's cold, calculated, and rational. In-Ho wears multiple masks, both literal and psychological. As Young Il, he plays the part of an ally. As frontman, he orchestrates deaths while sipping whiskey in silence. And when necessary, he switches identities without
nigga evil,
hesitation.
man.
A true manipulator. Every move he makes is deliberate. He punishes, deceives, and withholds not out of anger, but to maintain power. Sparing his brother while making it look like a fatal shot to everyone else is pure Machiavellianism. Protecting the secret, preserving optics, and maintaining emotional leverage. His bold view is dark and cynical. He tells Guion the games are like horse racing, people reduced to pawns, useful only for entertainment or elimination.
왜 이런 짓을 하는 거지?
경마 좋아하시죠? 당신들은 말입니다. 경마장의 말. 의외였어요.
In-ho no longer sees humanity.
It's crazy. You are horses? Wow.
And for him,
nigga, horses not dying, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Horses not getting killed, nigga. I mean, nigga bet on horses. The horse still okay. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not the same. Yin yang yin honk. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not the same. So that's how I know you a psychopath for sure. You trying to put horses and humans in the same category? Yeah, you're a psychopath.
the ends always justify the means. If a few people have to die for the system to remain fair, so be it. He claims to uphold the rules, but when it suits him, he bends or breaks them to achieve his goals. So yes, In-ho is a textbook high man.
Hey, Scooter Williams, it's not about you not leaving the house, man. You know, I'm just smarter than you. That's all it is. So, you know, I told you, you know, anybody can get it, man, on this college football 26. I'm sorry, YouTube, but it doesn't scare me, bro. Every opponent I face, bro, I know I can beat. And I'm not friendly, and I'm trying to dismantle you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, you just gonna see, man. You know, I'm not finna take it easy on nobody, and it just is what it is, bro. I'm trying to dismantle you, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm trying to embarrass you. That's just every that's my mindset going into every game, bro. So you just gonna see, man. I'm done talking, you know what I mean? I'm done. I'm done. You study legendary. I make my own playbooks, bro. It's gonna be real hell for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give you real hell. You feel me? So you think you legendary until you face somebody that's legendary. You like that, I'm like that, bro. We just gonna be two dudes that's like that, bro. It's gonna be a high level chess match. I promise you that.
He's not reckless. He's not emotional.
It's gonna be a high level chess match. I promise you that.
Cruel. He doesn't act out of rage. He acts out of belief. He doesn't enjoy the pain. He just believes it's necessary.
It's not necessary.
Back in the control room, In-ho watches a completely broken Gion on camera. The man is defeated, asking aloud why he wasn't just killed. But In-ho knows exactly why. He didn't kill Gion because he wanted to prove something. He wanted Gion to survive, to make it to the end again, to see how greed poisons everything. Because in In-ho's mind, Gion is the version of himself before 2015, before the games, before the mask, before the ruin. He wants Gion to become like him, to break like he did. And if he can drag Gion down to that same darkness, then he'll feel justified, validated.
I ain't think of it like that. Dang, I ain't think of it like that. I ain't gonna lie, but you really explaining like, I'm wondering why this nigga ain't killed this nigga, but you saying that like really like explain. Like, I like, dang, like that makes sense why he ain't killed that nigga. I was wondering too why he ain't killed that nigga. See, one thing I liked about Money Heist is, bro, Money Heist was so unpredictable. That's why I was so into it. Because, you know, usually on series and movies, the main characters don't die. You just know they ain't gonna die. Even though my boy did die, I ain't gonna count to you. But Money Heist, bro, like everybody died. I ain't gonna count to you. It don't matter if you was Tokyo. It don't matter if you was Berlin. It don't matter if you was Moscow. It don't matter if you was Nairobi. It don't matter who the freak you was. Everybody caught them bullets. You know what I'm saying? Everybody caught them bullets. You feel me? Just keeping it real with you, gang. So Money Heist, that was like, bro, Tokyo got lit up. But Tokyo went out like a G, though. She got lit up, but she took everybody with her, though. I ain't gonna count. Tokyo was a soldier. Little fine self. Tokyo was fine like a glass of wine, but I love Tokyo.
Drag Gion down to that same darkness. Then he'll feel justified, validated, less alone in his guilt. But deep down, he knows the truth. If Gion doesn't break, it forces In-ho to question everything he's become. The VIPs return to watch the games and scoff at the idea that anyone will continue.
1.7 billion won is over $1 million. That's a lot of money for people like them. Suppose they want to stop here.
But In-ho knows better. He's seen it before. They won't stop. Greed always wins, and he still mocks them for it, bearing that same bitter resentment from his own past.
The players down there haven't made it this far by killing each other. Most of them are thinking now, if more people die, how much more money can I get?
It's crazy.
Then comes another twisted event. Player 222
had a baby.
Gives birth during the... She injures her ankle and can't make it past one of the games. So Gion carries her baby forward, and she dies. Now with the mother gone, what does In-ho do? Instead of removing the baby for safety, he assigns it a number and keeps it in the game.
How about having the baby play as player 222 in the next game?
Isn't that the mother's number?
Yes.
And what's your reasoning?
Soon, the players will vote whether to continue the game.
So what changes if the baby participates?
If the baby competes in place of her mother, both the voting and the game will be more interesting. I promise you.
At first, it seems.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. This how crazy it is though, chat. Like, but y'all ain't watch this, man. They'll think about killing that baby, man. It was literally treating that baby like a player, like a human. Like you'll think like niggas in the game would spare the baby like this a baby. Nah, nigga, they was trying to kill this baby. They were literally trying to kill this baby. That's how crazy greed is, right? Greed make these niggas do crazy junk. They were trying to kill this baby. They were looking at this baby like it was a grown man. How us, bro, we have sympathy on the baby, but that's a baby, bro. We ain't doing that. I ain't gonna lie, we ain't doing that. Man, you had the VIPs looking at that baby like that was a grown man. The front man looking at that baby like it was a grown man. You had them players looking at the baby like it was grown man. Let's kill that baby, man. Kill that baby, man. Throw that baby off the freaking. Y'all remember when it was at the last stage? You had the three things, man. Let's throw that baby off the freaking bro. I was like, what? I'm thinking they finna have sympathy for the baby. They treat that baby like a grown man. Man, let's throw that baby off, man. Throw him off.
An easy target to be killed for money. Just
I
something
was like,
entertaining
what?
for the VIPs. But in Inho's warped morality, this makes sense. He believes everyone should have a fair chance, even a newborn. Meanwhile, Junho is back, searching for the island, still chasing the truth. Inho orders his undercover man, Captain Park, to kill any detectives who get close, including Junho. Park ends up killing nearly everyone on the boat, but Junho survives and kills him. And with his dying breath, Captain Park tells Junho,
내가 날 구해준 거야.
056 stupid, bro. 056 stupid.
명령을 했어.
Oh my God, but he was stupid. Would have took that $1 billion. You know you win $45 billion. That man had $45 billion. That man chose to come back and defeat a game that was going on way before you even came. That nigga chose to come back and defeat a game and die. Go through wait. That nigga did all that for no reason. All that for a game. Nigga, so look. Now 456, now you dead, right? You dead, right? Don't have no more money. You're just dead. And guess what? Now they coming out with another Squid Game, nigga, in the US. In the USA. Now it's still going on. You see what I'm saying, bro? Some things you just can't change and you gotta accept that, my brother. You can't save everybody, bro. It's not like you started the games. It's not like you participating in this evilness. Now, nigga, you dead in Korea. Now Squid Game going on in the US now. Los Angeles. Where your daughter at? Oh, you did all that for nothing, literally. All that for nothing. You didn't save nobody. Everybody still died, including you, nigga. Including you. Everybody still died, including you, nigga. Oh my God, this nigga's stupid. But it took that 40 billion and got the freak all my life.
He plays. Then something huge happens. Inho, still masked as the frontman, summons Guillaume for a private conversation. Guillaume confronts him, calling him sadistic for allowing a baby to be part of the games. Inho pushes back, saying he wants to help Guillaume and the baby. And then he puts a knife on the table. He tells Guillaume,
이 칼 가지고 숙소로 돌아가. 돌아와서 너와 아이를 죽이려는 그 쓰레기들을 죽여.
Guillaume asks why he's saying all of this. Inho removes his mask. He's young, ill, alive. He apologizes for killing Jungbae, but Guillaume grabs the knife, and Inho lets him. Go ahead, kill me, but you know my death won't change anything. They'll announce a new leader, and the games will go on. Then he gives him an out.
네가 그놈들을 다 죽이고 나면 참가자는 너와 아이 둘뿐이야. 다음 게임은 두 사람만으로는 할 수 없는 게임이야. 그럼 정해진 규칙에 따라서 게임은 여기서 중단이다. 너와 아이는 살아서 여길 나가게 될 거야. 내가 약속하지.
Guillaume turns and walks away. Inho watches him go, but asks, do you still have faith in people? Guillaume doesn't answer. And then, the flashback. Il-Nam, the original host of the games, is speaking to him. Same room, same words, same knife.
그 쓰레기들을 죽여. 그들 자네한테 최선의 선택이야.
We see a younger Inho, terrified, trembling, desperate, kill a sleeping player by stabbing him in the throat. But when the player wakes up and Inho panics, he stabs him over a dozen times in the chest. The camera then pans across the room, at least 5 dead bodies, all killed in their sleep. This isn't just history, this is trauma reenactment. and In-ho is trapped inside it. Trauma reenactment syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where people unconsciously recreate or reverse their traumatic experiences, often stepping into the role of the abuser or perpetrator, and In-ho shows this perfectly. In 2015, he was the victim, told by Il-nam to kill or be killed, terrified, shaking, emotionally shattered. In 2024, he is Il-nam, calmly handing the knife to Gion, telling him to kill or be killed. He's not just reliving his trauma, he's replicating it, down to the smallest detail. By reversing roles from victim to abuser, In-ho gains a sense of self-control. But this isn't healing, it's ritualized repetition disguised as leadership. He believes if Gion does it, then the cycle will make sense. His own descent will be justified. But when Gion doesn't, In-ho is forced to confront the terrifying possibility. Maybe he didn't have to come this way. Back in the present, In-ho watches Gion walk away from the killing, and for the first time, his face cracks. Not anger, not frustration, just sadness, regret, because Gion did what In-ho couldn't. He resisted the darkness. He stayed human, and going into the final game, In-ho knows it. He wasn't the strong one, Gion was, and that realization, not the games, not the rebellion, might be what finally begins to change him. In the final game, Gion makes the ultimate sacrifice. With only him and player 222's newborn baby remaining, the rules dictate that one must die.
I was like,
and
man.
so, Gion jumps from the top of the structure, giving his life so that the child might live. He knew he couldn't stop In-ho.
That was real though, bro.
Dismantle the system, but he could deny it one last cruelty. Frontman stands by and lets it happen. He doesn't intervene, he doesn't stop the game, he just watches. When the game ends and evacuation begins, In-ho approaches Gion's lifeless body. He stares at it for a while. There's no smirk, no
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
only a silent recognition that Gion had the strength to do what he never could. To give everything, not for money or survival, but for someone else. Even after all hope was broken. To not fall into the darkness because of others. It's a sacrifice that likely cuts deep, because in that moment, In-ho doesn't see Gion. He sees the man he used to be, the man he had the potential to be. He walks to the top of the structure and gently picks up the crying infant, the winner of the Squid Games. Just then, Junho appears, weapon drawn, the brother he tried to protect, now ready to kill him. No asks, why did you do it? But In-ho doesn't answer. He simply walks away, baby in arms. Later, we see that In-ho left the child and the full prize money in Junho's care, a quiet act of trust, and giving the baby a real chance to have a life, and also setting his brother up for life. And sometime after, in Los Angeles, In-ho visits Gion's daughter. He lets her know her dad has passed away, and gives her a box containing her father's belongings, including his blood-stained Squid Game uniform and a credit card loaded with the prize money. She's now also set for life. And that act, like many of his final choices, is born from a very specific kind of pain. Survivor's guilt. Survivor's guilt is the psychological torment that comes when someone lives through trauma or death, while others, especially loved ones, do not. It's not just grief, it's the unbearable question, why me? And In-ho shows every sign of carrying that burden. The root of it lies in 2015, when he survived the games, but returned home to find his wife and unborn child had died. He didn't win, he simply outlived them. Since then, he's never tried to enjoy his life. He doesn't spend the 45.6 billion won he earned. He isolates in a tiny apartment. No rebuilding, no healing, no restart. This isn't stoicism. It's self-inflicted emotional punishment, a silent penance for surviving. Instead of escaping the system that destroyed him, he'd become a part of it, running the games again and again, as if to say, let the world see how greedy people really are. I saw it, now they should too. In-ho doesn't kill for power. He kills to prove a point, that humanity is rotten, and maybe always was. But there's something—
He ain't lying though, man. Humanity is rotten. You know what I'm saying? It is rotten though, but that's no, you know what I mean? That's no right for you to do that though, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Killing people. If they greedy, let them be greedy. Trying to play God, bro. You trying to do, see, nigga, you trying to play God. I mean, if they greedy, let them be, that's God's problem with them. Let God deal with them. You know what I mean? But nigga, you just a psychopath, nigga. That's what you is, nigga. You a psychopath. I'm not finna sit here and be like, oh, well, that right there is a good reason. No, nigga, you a psychopath, nigga. You looking at humans like they horses. You know what I'm saying?
Something different about how he treats the baby. When player 222 dies during childbirth, he doesn't remove the baby from danger. He keeps her in the game. And like I said, at first it felt twisted, but in the end, he rigs things just enough so that she can win. And when he places her in Junho's care, it doesn't feel like control. It feels like redemption. or at least a symbolic atonement, a way to undo the one thing he's never forgiven himself for, not saving his own child. This isn't redemption though, it's compensation, a quiet apology from the man who knows he's too far gone, but still hopes someone else gets the chance to live. His final act, delivering Guillaume's bloodied uniform and prize money to his daughter, mirrors what he wishes someone had done for him, to make the pain mean something, to give the sacrifice value. Inho is haunted not just by loss, but by the fact he survived and still let the system win. Deep down, I don't think he wants to run the games anymore, but he doesn't believe he deserves to walk away either. And tragically, his worldview might be right. The number of selfish, greedy people will always outnumber the selfless ones like Guillaume. Inho has accepted this, given up on being good. He's just fulfilling the role that grief and guilt carved out for him. As the final scene unfolds, we see Inho in Los Angeles. He drives past a new recruiter, already luring someone else into the next game. Inho stares blankly, as it shows that no matter how many Guillaumes there are, or how many old versions of Inho, the system survives. The Squid Games continue, and Inho, the man who once joined to save a life, no longer believes it can be stopped.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said 456 should have got the freak up out of there. So y'all see how I'm saying? 456 died for nothing, bro.
Guillaumes there are.
Should have just took that money, bro. Got the freak on. People gonna be people. That's what you gotta understand. Bro. People gonna be people.
Continue, and Inho, the man who once joined to save a life, no longer believes it can be stopped.
People gonna be people, bro. And one thing I realize about people, bro, people gonna be people. Even Jesus tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like in the word, Jesus be like, okay, try to steer them in the right direction. Try to tell them the right way to live. If they don't listen, okay, try to go to somebody else. If they don't listen, treat them like pagans and tax collectors, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, you can't change people, bro. People change if they want to change. It don't matter what the freak you say or what you do. People gonna be people, bro. People gonna be greedy. People gonna steal. People gonna lie. People gonna cheat. People gonna be people. You just gotta let people be people, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, if I would have won that 46 billion, nigga, I'm out the getting the freak out of there. You know what I'm saying? You never going from jail again, straight up. Especially if I made it through clean. I made it through clean and knowing I was trying to get the freak up out of there, knowing I wasn't my conscience clean. I made it through there clean. I was trying to get the freak up out of there, but I couldn't get the freak up out of there because you had these greedy niggas keeping us in here. I didn't kill nobody. Shoot, nigga, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Shoot, nigga, I'm good. The freak you mean, nigga? You won the $46 billion clean. You ain't winning like that bro right here. You ain't winning like him. This nigga killed 5 people. You ain't do that. You made it by beating it, bro. You choose to come back like a jackass. That nigga right there stupid, man. You know what I mean? But nah, though, man. I appreciate everybody for joining the stream. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about Scooter Williams, bro. Probably keep him around until Monday. Probably be the first dude I play. And then I'll ban him. You know what I'm saying? I would have been banned him, but niggas like him I like to embarrass. You know what I'm saying? I like to embarrass niggas like him, but hey, man, any day, man, you just gotta ignore niggas like Scooter, man. You gotta ignore niggas like him. Can't even take niggas like him serious. But hey, man, I appreciate, you know, everybody for joining the stream. Like I said, y'all, man, if y'all missed bro, you know, half of the stream, every video will be uploaded to YouTube, man. It's your boy Jay Willie Silly, man. Take it easy, fella, like bees and man. Boy Jay out, man.